Hey everyone, this is the weekly trading outlook of the pairs I'm looking to take this week and what kind of setups I'm looking at. If you've been following my Instagram, you know I've been basically planning on taking $100 to 1,000. I'm actually gonna try and take that closer to like 100,000 as well, and 500,000. So really kind of compound this account. I'm planning to grow this account every month, so doubling it every month. Currently, the account's sitting at $210 USD. You can see last week we made some nice profits. Um, so I took it from basically $105 to 210 in 2 weeks. So it was pretty quick. This is one of the trades we caught last week. I was actually originally in GBP USD sells, and I caught a pretty nice move actually. I caught it down here. I just had bad stop loss placement. I was anticipating it for it to reach these levels right here, which it didn't, and ended up pulling back. So right here's when I exited at about a break even. And then I ended up catching this beautiful trade on Euro AUD, which, just like really simple daily support and resistance. We were trailing bearish and we flipped bullish. Then we came back into the 50% zone of this area. And then we got a basic shift of structure. I took the trade, I think based off like the 15 or 30 minute. So shift of structure, and then based off of this engulfing right here, I took this. I could have held this much longer, at least to 1 to 4, or even I think I could have got like a 1 to something crazy like a 1 to 10. But it is what it is. I closed out a bit early. I'm just trying to grow the account as quick as I can. So I closed up for 2.3. This week there's some really nice setups. I think we can get like a 1 to 3.5, 1 to 4 even. So I'm looking to hold my trades a bit longer. Now, all the GBP pairs, I'm basically looking for buys. So we were originally looking to sell this pair. GBP USD, I do think it's going to flip bullish now, even though the daily is kind of still a bit bearish. We can see that movement, but it did make a higher high. It attempted to make a lower low, right? And now it's kind of broken above. So this is making me think that this is going to shift upwards of that way. We can see the 4 hour is going to be bullish. We can see a really nice doji at the bottom. We can see an engulfing candle. So this is a trade I'm actually really interested in taking. Depending on if you can get a nice engulfing candle, something like that. Again, stop placement would be right above there. And we could take that for at least 1 to 2.5. And we're going to be targeting this next zone. So right up there, we could even target these highs depending on how much I want to target. I might go risk free and then target these highs up here. So that's option number 3. Now my top pair actually for this week is going to be GBP CAD. The reason why I like this a lot more is just because the weekly align. The weekly is bullish. The daily also aligns with being bullish. And we can see it's retesting a really strong resistance zone. And I think this potentially could even go around these areas this week because this is kind of the next support and resistance zone. So this could be a really nice trade, depending on how this plays out. Now, I do need to see a really strong shift of structure. We kind of got a strong one here and then it failed to make a higher high. So again, I need to see this shift from being bearish. I need something like that to happen. And if that does happen, we could take this trade something like that, give a bit of room to breathe, and be taking it way up, at least for 1 to 3. So that could be a nice pair to trade. GBP AUD, same thing, daily resistance area. There hasn't been any kind of slowdown around here, so I don't know if we're gonna get the perfect kind of entry, right? So I need to see the shift to be bullish, but this could be a very nice trade if this goes something like this, shifts bullish, and then we can take that and we can target these levels up here. So my next target for this would be this, which could give us a really nice position. This could be like a 1 to 4 potentially if we get a nice stop on this 1 to 5. So those pairs. Now I'm gonna have to put this even a bit higher. I'm gonna put this a bit lower. And this is how I do my analysis basically every week, right? I go through the pairs, I look at the cleanest price action, what I want to take. This pair we can see daily is bullish, weekly is bullish story, daily is also bullish in this big range, even though there's a big momentum down. I can see it's basically in the 50% of the zone already. It's starting to make some movement upwards. And what I'd be basically looking for this trade is maybe a bit of a pullback, right? And just a break and retest. And this is one I'd be very interested in taking. I can get a very nice risk to reward out of this one. So again, those are kind of the main pairs I'm looking at. There's a few other ones like Euro AUD, again, another break and retest at this zone. AUD, JPY, we could potentially catch a buy if we get above this zone, targeting these highs. AUD CHF is kind of lower on my pair. It is bearish. We could retest this area and then end up selling, but not as confident in this pair. And then Euro USD, I'm gonna take it off my list probably, but this is probably a trade for the week afterwards. Basically, what I'm looking to see is a break and retest of that zone. So I hope that kind of helps with the trading updates. Make sure to follow me on Instagram because I post all my updates live and the trades I'm taking and what that looks like. I'll include the link below. And yeah, let's see how quickly we can grow this account. I'm looking to take this account to $400 in the next maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then I'm gonna add every month about $200 to $300 and compound it until it grows into a really nice account. So I'll keep you updated.